Hello YouTube, and thank you for giving me 10 minutes of your time by watching this video. This is actually my first serious YouTube upload. If you would check out my video section, you will only find a couple of gameplay clips, some funny edits, and basically very unpolished stuff. With this video, I thought I would share some of my ideas and thoughts about a game series that is very dear to me, and that is FIFA. Now, I am in love with video games. I love video games, and I am also very fond of football. Now, if you're in the same position as I am, you only have two choices when it comes to playing football simulations, and those are FIFA and PES. Me and my friends, we have been playing FIFA together since probably FIFA 12, FIFA 11 or something like that. So that's the game we choose. The only modes I spend my time on in FIFA is the Pro Clubs part, the online Pro Clubs. I believe this is the only mode of any true value when it comes to a true football experience. If you are unfamiliar with what Pro Clubs is, let me just give you a quick rundown of what it is. Pro Clubs is by far the best way of enjoying digital football with your friends, each taking up one position on the football field, and you play against other teams. This is pretty much as close to the real thing you can get. But the mode is very lackluster and hasn't seen any major improvement since, well, ever. So lately I've been watching some YouTube videos talking about the major changes coming to the Pro Clubs mode in FIFA 20. Gossips and emails have been sent, and I would like to share my opinions on the Pro Clubs mode and how I think the mode could become FIFA's #1 mode by far. So, without further delay, here are 10 additions to Pro Clubs that would make the mode much better, according to me. So, #1, team training sessions in the lobby. So, maybe we've all been there, we who play Pro Clubs, that maybe we're waiting for another player or waiting for enough players to actually start the game. We should have the option to have some kind of training session where we can run drills, maybe do practice skill moves, practice set pieces, practice corners, and maybe even, create our own set pieces, create our own special free kick variety or a corner trick, something like that. That would be really awesome. Sometimes you just want to try your player out, and I feel this would be a great addition, if you just wanted to check out your new CDM or your new striker to see how good they are, how fast they feel, how fluid their motions are, and so on. So this would be a great addition, I feel, some kind of training session in the lobby. #2, subbing on latecomers. Now, if my squad is mid-game and another squad mate wanted to join, instead of waiting for the next game, he could just put himself on the bench and could be subbed in by the captain during the game. This is something that always happens to at least my team. We get some latecomers and some players that are busy with other things. When they come, we are already mid-game. So instead of just waiting the whole length of the game, they could just place themselves on the bench, join the game, and the captain can sub them in. Easy as that. #3 is bring back game phase. Bring it back. Bigger and better, I think. I can't believe they actually removed the game phase. I don't know why. Maybe because a lot of people kept making cock faces and stuff like that. But it was one of the best features, I think. It's just funny to see yourself running around the pitch and your friends. It gives it a little bit more of that realism, and it's a nice touch if you want to play with your teammates as well. So bring back game face, make it better, make it bigger, make more hairstyles, more facial hairs, more eyebrows, more colors, more everything. Um, and also with that, why don't you add some more accessories for our characters, for our players? Why not add like Edgar David's glasses, headbands, and stuff like that. Also, I always felt that when you make a face on FIFA Pro Clubs, all the faces they kind of end up looking the same. If you understand what I mean. I've tried to make some of the real life counterpart players, but they always end up looking like more or less the same. So bring back game face, please, please. So number 4 is kit clashing and kit usage. Why don't you make more kits available for our teams to use and choose both home and away sets like you do in foot. So we can choose, for example, we can use Manchester United as our home jersey and Juventus as our away jersey. That would be I can't believe they haven't added this for Pro Clubs yet. And how about adding like classic kits and better create a kit option and custom kits. Those options we have now with FIFA 19 are just horrible, I feel. Now the thing with the kit clashing is that it seems like there's no there's no code for this. I have played plenty of games where both teams have pretty similar kits, and it's just hopeless to play. So please fix the kit clashing and the kit usage. Number 5 is about knocks and energy usage. Now I feel that tired players should really suck. Tired players in FIFA, they should really feel like there's something wrong with the player almost. Now, if this was implemented, it would maybe change the way players play FIFA, because a lot of players are running constantly running from defense to attack, from attack to defense, back again, all over the pitch, and they get tired. Sure, they get tired. Their players have no stamina left, but they're like no cons to this. They just keep running always. They got so much stamina they can run throughout the game, and it's really frustrating. Maybe they should add some kind of system, like if you play many games a night, like the stamina usage, it kind of accumulates. So if your player like spends all of his energy in one game, he would start the next game with like less energy, like something like that. That's already implemented in like the FM games, I think. And if a player is hurt, and the damage or the injury is serious enough, maybe he should, be subbed off. This might not be very cool if it happens to one of your player or your friends, but it happens. So I think it would be cool actually. So number 5, knocks and energy usage. Number 6, more RPG-like elements. Now hear me out. I always felt that when I'm making my character or my player, I want him to be. I want him to be unique. I want him to be like a little bit special. So I always try to make him, as best in that way that I can. If I want to make a player that is utterly beast at passing the ball, I try to give him those stats, and the same if I wanted just a goal scoring machine, I would just give him those stats. But in FIFA 19, all players, they end up being almost the same. I think now I've played FIFA now for almost a year, since September. And now all the pros are more or less the same. Now all our all our pros are 5'8" and 92 rated, and there's nothing special anymore. All players are the same, so it would be cool if they would add like a little bit more of RPG elements, um, unique stats and traits maybe a player could use, like maybe some a couple of positive traits, like he's a super good passer of the ball, but maybe like a negative trait to counterweigh his passing ability. So for example, he's like a really good passer of the ball, but he's really shit at shooting or something like that. And of course they would find some way to balance this. Like it would be easy if you would make a striker being like a really good goal scoring machine, but he's poor at defending. That's not enough, I feel. So I would hope that they would find a way to balance that shit out. Now, as it stands now in FIFA 19, we have 3 slots where we can create our players. So you can have, for example, you can have one striker, you can have one cam, and you can have one CDM. And then you can, tailor them to those positions accordingly. But why not make more slots available, like 5 slots? Look at NHL. It has like 5 slots for you to create your own player, but also the look of them are unique. You can have 5 uniquely looking characters. So why not add this to FIFA 19 so we can have a little bit more variety? So number 6, like more RPG elements. Number 7, I would really like to see them bringing back like achievements for things you do on the pitch. So for example, revenge tackles and shots from outside the 16-meter box, and goals from corners and headers and stuff like that. I really think those were funny actually, and I like to keep those kind of stats available. Like those revenge tackles were pretty funny, and yeah, just bring back achievements and those kind of things. Now number 8, I wish the game would add more modes in Pro Clubs. So for example, right now we only have like leagues, cups, and friendlies. Now all of those modes pretty much feel ruined or not working on some accord, I think. But why not add more modes? Like there's been some rumors lately that they're gonna add some kind of 5 versus 5 mode, and that would be pretty cool. But there will be great with more modes, like maybe some kind of serious league system, a better league system. But now that I just mentioned it, I'm thinking it would be kind of hard to implement maybe, but more modes would be. I would love to see more modes actually, and always the cup window should always be open. Sometimes you just want to have a casual game with friends, and the cup window is great just for that. So more modes. Number 9, actually pay some kind of pay to add stuff thing. Now I wouldn't mind to pay a few dollars or coroners to have some additions to my pro clubs, like just in foot. I think it would be cool to use my money instead of foot in pro clubs. Maybe for aesthetics, of course, not some kind of skills or something. Just aesthetics. Maybe kits, classic United kits, classic Newcastle kits, stuff like that. That would be fine by me. Some kind of monetary system for purchasing aesthetical options. And finally, number 10. I would really like to see that you can customize your entire team. Right. So now I've been playing FIFA now since FIFA 11, maybe Pro Clubs, and And I don't know how many times I've seen the same fucking players on the teams, General and all those silly guys. Now, how I wish that you really could um, customize the entire team, from the left back to the striker. If you don't have any of your real real friends that play left back, you should make your own left back, a CPU variety of maybe a friend or just a random, like you can have Dennis Irvin on your left back, and maybe the manager or the club starter could create these. He could create these and he could give um, certain options for other team members to do the same, like. So you can create your own team of CPU players, and maybe you could give them skills, maybe you could give them traits as well. Maybe they could level up on some format almost the same way like the real players, but creating your own players, real players, and customizing your team. Make formations, lock some, maybe have a selection of 4 or 5, like. Unique formations and tactics that you have pre-saved that you can load. Like I'm getting so sick of the left back and the right back, being out of position and running forward. Uh, it's such an exploitation to pass along the wing, and just the wing backs are just gone. So force the wing backs back. That would be a great option, and just pick your own formation. So this would be one of the best ones, I think, that you can customize the entire team, the formation, the tactic, and the pressing and runs and stuff like that. Maybe you can also set up zones for your players, so that the cam is supposed to be in this area, for example, and the wing is supposed to be in this area, and the striker is supposed to be in this area, so that the game recognizes this from your formation, and your strikers won't get out of bounds or retractions from his score. So yeah, that's number 10, like customizing your team.